I'm sorry. That's like, no, hold on. As a contractor, one of the biggest complaints we receive from our clients is the inefficiency and extra cost of a standard hot water heater. Thanks to the people at Thermomate, we're about to show you an alternative means to heating your water that will reduce your price not only with heating of the water on your electricity bill, but in maintenance, the long term. Let's grab a date and get started.
So Thermomate originally sent us this one to try out for our customer, but they wanted to up the tub and run the whole house on it. So then they were nice enough to send us this one. And that is the 11 kilowatt model. It uses 1/2-inch water lines. This is the 27 kilowatt and uses 3/4 water lines.
It's going to heat water a lot better, a lot more efficiently.
This one's 2 gallons per minute. This one's 6.5 gallons per minute.
We'll be able to heat.
That's like,
no, hold on. So they'll be able to run 2 showers and fill a tub at the same time, maybe even wash dishes.
That's right. And they'll be able to save a lot of space with this because we're going to put this thing in an attic in an insulated room.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they can use that closet they got the current water heater in. They can use it for storage. Everybody needs more of that.
Tell me about it, because I'm about to have to clean out my she shed for my wife. Actually, it's my wife.
So the parts you're going to need,
Well, what is this?
that is a descaling filter. So that's going to go in line before you go into your water heater, and that's going to keep all that white buildup that you see in a tanked water heater out of the heating elements in here, because this superheats really fast and causes a lot of scale if you don't have one of these. So that is the biggest failure point on tankless water heaters, is people not using these. So that is going to save this unit and make it last a really long time. You're also going to need isolation valves right here. And that's going to have your pop off, and then it's got clean outs with little caps, so you can run a cleaner through this once or twice a year.
Well, let's get after it. Heard it here first. So we're going to run 2 Romex to this. We got to run 3 strands of it with 3 40-amp breakers. The breakers will go in their electrical panel. The wire will come through these Romex connectors and tie into these lugs here.
How are they going to tie into the lugs?
Well, we're going to strip the wire and run them into these ports here on the lower side. How else would you connect there?
I mean, is it 2 hots, a neutral, a ground? You put the ground right here?
All right, so we're going to tie our grounds in here to the ground side, and then we're going to do 2 hots from each one of our inputs here. The cover is held on with 4 screws, 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom.
We're up in the attic now in our install location, and we've got the water heater, our isolation valves, the descaling filter. You're going to need, if you're using PEX, you'll need PEX cutters, a couple of crescent wrenches, thread tape, and I call it pipe dope, but liquid tape, and some way to fasten your plumbing. That may be different for you if you have copper, but I'm using PEX. So first off, to mount the unit, the hole spacing is 7 1/16 inch, or you can pop the cover off and then screw it in like right here, and you'll be ready to go. So if you're going to put one of these in the attic, definitely be very careful and insulate around. We're in a warmer climate, so it's not too big of a deal. But we've got these cavities insulated behind here, and then we're going to put a door on the front of this so you can get to it for maintenance. All this was for repping, so I'm going to get this all trimmed down and prettied up a little bit, and then I'll see you with it cleaned up. Now I have everything roughed in. We're taking our main, coming up to our descaling filter. We're going to let that go through the entire master suite we're adding, and this will give us a shut off on the back side of it, so we can shut off here and here when you go to change this about every 6 months or so. And then from there, we're going to go to our inlet, and we have a tee off going to feed the rest of our cold water. And this is how you want your isolation valves to sit, straight out. So you can unscrew this cap here and open that up, and you'll be able to clean out this unit and flush stuff through it. Now that we have our isolation valves in here, you can hang the unit back up. And then you've got a hole here and over here. You can put an extra screw in, and that'll secure the bottom of this in. And now we'll get the electrician out.
Currently, we're working on running our 3 pairs of 8-2 down from the water heater into the electrical panel. Sometimes you got to cut out sheetrock to be able to drill and get your wire passed through safely.
Here's our strands of 8-2 wire we're going to run. So we're going to get these fed from our panel location over here, run it over to the water heater over there. Now we have our 3 strands of 8 gauge run. You're going to feed them through these locks, pull them up enough to be able to space everything, and then we'll get them stripped and placed. So now all of our connections are in, and you can see black, white, black, white, black, white, and our ground. So tie all the grounds together and send one line in. So very important that on these you send a black and white pair from one wire. Don't mix them up. And that's all of your wiring. If you're not comfortable with this, make sure you hire a electrician and let them do this. There's also a dip switch up here. Make sure that is in the down position, and that's for 240 volts. Now I went ahead and put my bottom plate screws in now that I'm done moving around, and we'll put the cover back on. All right, now we have our water heater pressurized. Let's flip on the breakers.
Breakers have been engaged.
All right, I see a green light. I didn't die when I touched it. Let's press in to turn it on. All right, we've got our temperature setting. Let's set at 100 degrees for now. It says 59. I'm assuming that's the incoming water temperature. Let's go flow some water and see what happens. Get the air out of the system. There we go. That is nice and toasty. 100 degrees feels pretty good right now when it's 50 inside. And there we are. The installation is complete. We've checked for leaks. Everything's good. So now these customers can enjoy endless hot water and not have to heat water when they're not using it. That's the key with these. They will save you money in the long run. So if you enjoyed this, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.